In this video, we'll look at another numeric function available in MySQL, that is to find a random number with some seed. The function is like this: RAND inside the bracket will give some seed value here. So n is a number which acts as a seed. So what is seed? Seed is specifically any value that is utilized to generate a random number. So basically numbers are generated in random fashion only, but every time we give the same seed, the same random number will be generated. So that is why this seed is utilized to get the same random number every time we execute a query. So changing the seed will give us a different random value. And if we just ignore giving the seed value, then we can see every time we execute a query, we'll get different random numbers. So for the repeatability, we use this seed inside the random function. So let's see an example. Select rand, and inside that we can give any seed. Let's suppose I mention 20 as the seed value, and we'll display the result as a result here. So execute this, you'll see the output is 0.18158882612 and so on. So now you observe, this is the random number that we have generated. I'll just copy it for reference here. This is the value that we have generated, okay, or we got as the random value. Now if I execute the same query multiple times, observe that the same value is generated here in the output. So if I execute it once again, you'll see the same value again. If I execute again, you'll see the same value again. That means even though this is a random value between 0 and 1, but same value will be given to us because of this same seed. Now if I change that seed by any value, let's say if I mention just 2, you'll get the different result here. Okay, if I execute the query as the separate one just below this, you'll see if I execute this, the answer is 0.6555866 and so on. That means another random number between 0 and 1. So again, if I just copy it for reference here, you'll see that if I execute this query once again, we'll get the same result in the output. That means even though we are getting the random value, the seed will decide what exactly the number will be there. So if we keep the seed same, then same random number will be getting every time we execute that particular query. And if we ignore giving the seed, you can see here without seed, if I execute the query, without seed, if I execute the query, then each time I execute that query, different random numbers will be generated. Like see, like here, suppose if I got 0.576665 etc., and if I execute the query again, you'll see the result is different, 0.3188. If I execute again, you'll see the result is 0.864 and so on. So every time if I execute this query, we'll get different random numbers. And if you want same random number to be generated, then we can mention the seed value here. The seed value can be any number that we can give in the rand function. So that is how we can utilize this rand n function to get a random value with some seed value.